Before we begin, this video is for informational and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical, psychological, or therapeutic advice. If you are struggling, please consult a licensed professional. Within each of us lives a younger version of ourselves. This is our inner child. It is the part of us that holds our childhood memories, our wonder, and our innocence. It also holds our earliest hurts and fears. This little one within is full of feelings. It remembers the joy of being praised. It remembers the sting of being scolded. It remembers the loneliness of being left alone. This inner child is not just a memory. It is a living, breathing part of our consciousness today. It influences how we feel, how we react, and how we experience the world around us. It is the foundation of our emotional selves. Think of your inner child as the emotional blueprint for your life. The experiences you had as a child taught you about love, safety, and worth. If you received love and support, your inner child feels secure. If you experienced neglect or criticism, your inner child feels fearful and unworthy. These early lessons do not simply vanish as we grow older. They are carried with us into our adult lives. They show up in our relationships, our careers, and our relationship with ourselves. When we feel an overwhelming sense of sadness or anger that seems out of place, it is often our inner child crying out for attention and healing. Understanding this connection is the first step toward profound healing. We often try to solve our adult problems with adult logic. We think we can reason our way out of fear or loneliness. But if the root of the problem lies with our wounded inner child, logic alone will not work. We must learn to communicate with this part of ourselves. We must learn its language, which is the language of emotions and feelings. By turning inward and listening to this little one, we begin to understand the true source of our struggles. We can then offer the love and reassurance that was missing long ago. So I invite you to gently say hello to the little one inside you. You do not need to do anything grand. Simply acknowledge that this part of you exists. Perhaps you can find a picture of yourself as a child. Look into those young eyes and see the pure spirit that you are. This child is a part of you, deserving of all the love and care in the universe. It is never too late to give yourself the love you have always needed. Your journey to deeper, more fulfilling relationships begins right here, with this simple, loving acknowledgement of the beautiful child that you have always been. Our adult relationships often become a stage where our childhood dramas are reenacted. We may not be aware of it, but we are often drawn to people and situations that feel familiar. If our childhood was filled with chaos, we might find ourselves in chaotic relationships as adults. If we felt we had to earn love by being perfect, we might constantly seek approval from our partners. These are the echoes of our childhood wounds. They are patterns that repeat until we become conscious of them and choose to heal them. These patterns are not our fault. They are simply what we learned about love. Think about the messages you received about love as a child. Were you taught that love was conditional? Did you learn that you had to be quiet and good to be loved? Perhaps you learned that love meant being controlled or criticized. These early beliefs become our unconscious rules for relationships. We might believe that we are not lovable unless we are perfect. Or we might believe that true love involves constant struggle and pain. These beliefs, held by our inner child, can prevent us from accepting the true unconditional love that we all deserve. They create a filter through which we see our partners and ourselves. For example, if a child was often ignored, their inner child might carry a deep fear of abandonment. As an adult, this person might become overly anxious in relationships. They may constantly seek reassurance that their partner will not leave them. They might misinterpret their partner's need for space as a sign of rejection. This is the inner child's fear speaking, not the adult's reality. The pain of the past is being projected onto the present. The partner is not the original source of the wound, but their actions can trigger the old, painful feelings that have never been healed. Recognizing these patterns is a powerful act of self-love. It is not about blaming our parents or our past. It is about understanding ourselves with compassion. It is about seeing the connection between our past pain and our present struggles. When we can see these echoes for what they are, we take back our power. We are no longer victims of our past. We become conscious creators of our present. We can choose to respond differently. We can choose to heal the original wound so it no longer has the power to run our lives and dictate the course of our relationships. The first step in any healing journey is to acknowledge the pain. We cannot heal what we refuse to see. For many of us, looking at our childhood wounds is frightening. We have spent years building walls around these painful memories. We tell ourselves to get over it or that it wasn't that bad, but denial does not make the pain go away. It simply pushes it deeper, where it continues to influence our lives from the shadows. Acknowledging the hurt is not about dwelling in the past. It is about bringing light to the dark places so they can finally heal. It is a brave and necessary step. To do this, we must create a safe space for our feelings to surface. You can do this through journaling. Write a letter to your inner child. Let them know you are here to listen now. Ask them what hurt them. Ask them what they needed and did not receive. Do not judge or censor what comes up. Just let the feelings flow onto the page. You might feel sadness, anger, or grief. Allow these feelings to be there. They are valid. They are the whispers of your inner child who has been waiting so long to be heard. This simple act of listening is profoundly healing. Another way to acknowledge old hurts is to speak them aloud. You can do this by yourself in a safe and private space. Say, I acknowledge the pain of feeling lonely as a child, or I acknowledge the hurt of being criticized. Giving voice to the pain takes away its power over you. It brings the experience out of the realm of shameful secrets and into the light of compassionate awareness. You are telling your inner child, I see you. I hear your pain. It was real and it mattered. This validation is something your inner child has been craving for a very long time. Remember to be gentle with yourself during this process. Acknowledging old wounds can feel like opening a floodgate of emotion. It is important to have support. This might mean talking to a trusted friend, a therapist, or a support group. You do not have to walk this path alone. The goal is not to re-traumatize yourself, but to gently and lovingly release the old energy. Each tear you cry is a cleansing river. Each feeling you acknowledge is a step toward freedom. You are bravely reclaiming the parts of yourself that have been lost in the shadows of the past. Once we have acknowledged our wounds, the next beautiful step is to reparent ourselves. This simply means giving your inner child what they needed back then, but did not receive. You are now the loving, wise, and compassionate parent to that little one within. You have the power to provide the safety, approval, and unconditional love that your inner child has always longed for. Reparenting is an active, daily practice of choosing love over fear and compassion over criticism. It is about consciously creating a new, nurturing inner environment for yourself to thrive in. One of the most powerful ways to reparent yourself is through positive affirmations. Your inner child absorbed many negative messages. Now you can replace them with loving, positive ones. Look in the mirror each day, make eye contact with yourself, and say loving things. You can say, I love you. You are worthy of all good things. You are safe now. I will always be here for you. At first, this might feel strange or untrue, but I promise you, if you persist, these words will sink in. Your inner child will begin to believe them. You are rewriting the old script with a new, loving one. Another important part of reparenting is allowing your inner child to play. As adults, we often become so serious. We forget the joy of simple, unstructured fun. What did you love to do as a child? Did you love to draw, dance, sing, or build things? Make time for those activities now. Go to a park and swing on the swings. Buy yourself a coloring book and some crayons. Put on some music and dance around your living room. Play is not frivolous. It is essential for our emotional well-being. It tells your inner child that their joy and creativity are important. Finally, reparenting means setting healthy boundaries. Perhaps as a child, your boundaries were not respected. You learned that you had to say yes to everyone to be liked. As the loving parent to your inner child, you can now teach them that it is okay to say no. It is okay to put your own needs first. Setting boundaries protects your energy and honors your worth. It tells your inner child, You are important. Your feelings matter. We will not allow others to treat you poorly. This creates a deep sense of safety and trust within yourself, which is the foundation of all healthy relationships. In the quiet sanctuary of meditation, we can connect with our inner child on a profound level. Our daily lives are often noisy and chaotic, filled with distractions that keep us from looking within. Meditation is a gift we give ourselves, a time to be still, to breathe, and to listen to the quiet voice of our own heart. It is in this stillness that we can create a safe space to meet our inner child. We can invite them to come forward, to feel seen, and to receive our love. This practice does not require any special skills, only a willingness to be present with yourself. To begin, find a comfortable and quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep, gentle breaths. Allow your body to relax. With each breath, let go of the tensions of the day. Now bring to mind an image of yourself as a small child. Perhaps you can picture them at a specific age where you know they felt happy, or perhaps an age where they felt sad or alone. See this little one clearly in your mind's eye. See their face, their hair, their clothes. Just observe them with love and without judgment. Now, in your imagination, walk toward this child. Approach them gently and lovingly. You might want to kneel down to be at their level. Smile at them with all the love in your heart. Tell them who you are. You can say, "Hello, little one. I am your grown-up self, and I am here for you now. I love you very much." See how the child reacts. They may be shy or they may run into your arms. Whatever their reaction, meet it with unconditional love and acceptance. If they are crying, hold them and comfort them. If they are scared, reassure them that they are safe. You can ask your inner child what they need from you. Listen with your heart for the answer. They might need a hug. They might need to hear that they are good enough. They might need you to tell them that whatever happened was not their fault. Give them whatever they need in this sacred inner space. Spend as much time as you like with them, sending them love, light, and healing. When you are ready to end the meditation, give your inner child a loving hug and promise that you will come back to visit them again soon. This practice, done regularly, builds a powerful, loving bond with yourself. I remember a time in my own life when my relationships were a source of great pain. I seemed to attract partners who were critical and emotionally distant. I would try so hard to please them, to be perfect, hoping to finally earn their love and approval. But no matter what I did, I always ended up feeling heartbroken and unworthy. I thought the problem was with them or that I was simply unlovable. It took me a long time to realize that I was replaying a pattern from my own childhood. I was still that little girl, desperately trying to win the love of a parent who was unable to give it. My healing began when I first learned about the inner child. The idea resonated so deeply within me. I bought a small photo frame and put a picture of myself in it from when I was about 5 years old. I placed it on my bedside table. Every morning and every night, I would look at that sweet little girl with her big, hopeful eyes. I started talking to her. I would tell her, "I love you. You are so precious. I am here to take care of you now." At first, I felt silly, but I kept doing it. Slowly, something inside me began to shift. I started to feel a tenderness for myself that I had never felt before. I started to reparent myself in small ways. If I made a mistake, instead of my usual harsh self-criticism, I would imagine speaking to that little girl. I would say, "It's okay, sweetie. Everyone makes mistakes. You are still wonderful." I started taking myself on play dates. I went to the beach and built a sandcastle. I bought myself a beautiful box of paints and spent an afternoon making a colorful mess. I was giving myself the joy, fun, and unconditional acceptance that had been missing. I was filling up my own cup from the inside instead of looking for someone else to fill it for me. The transformation in my outer life was remarkable. As I learned to love and approve of myself, the kind of people I attracted began to change. I was no longer drawn to critical partners because I was no longer critical of myself. I learned to set boundaries because I valued myself and my inner child's safety. I eventually attracted a wonderful, loving partner who treated me with the kindness and respect I was now giving myself. It was not magic. It was the natural result of healing the original wound. By coming home to myself and loving my inner child, I unlocked the door to the loving relationships I had always dreamed of. Your journey to healing your inner child is the greatest love story you will ever live. It is a journey back to the core of who you are, a being of pure love and light. Every step you take to acknowledge your past, to nurture your feelings, and to reparent yourself with compassion is an act of profound self-love. This is not a selfish act. In fact, it is the most generous thing you can do for everyone in your life. When you heal yourself, you break the cycle of pain. You stop passing on your wounds to others. You become a source of love and healing in the world. Embrace this process with patience and endless self-compassion. There will be days when the old fears and patterns resurface. There will be moments when you feel you have taken a step backward. This is all a normal part of the journey. On those days, be extra gentle with yourself. Wrap your arms around yourself and tell your inner child that you are there. Remind yourself that healing is not a linear path but a spiral. You are always moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like it. Every effort you make, no matter how small, is watering the seeds of a new, more loving reality for yourself. As you continue to build this loving relationship with yourself, you will notice a beautiful shift in your relationships with others. You will no longer look to a partner to complete you because you will already feel whole. You will not accept treatment that is less than loving because you will know you deserve the best. Your relationships will transform from a place of neediness and fear to a place of shared joy and true partnership. You will be able to give and receive love freely from a heart that is full and overflowing, not from a place of emptiness. The promise of this work is the promise of true love. It begins with the love you give to yourself. All the love you have been searching for outside of yourself is waiting for you within. It is there, in the heart of your precious inner child. Open your heart to this little one. Embrace them, cherish them, and promise to never leave them again. When you do this, you become whole. You become a beacon of love. And you will attract into your life relationships that mirror the beautiful, unconditional love you have finally found for yourself. You are worthy of this. You are love.